Hey, what's up everyone, Vortex here, welcome back to Vortex Raid Shadow Legends. Guys, in today's video, as you can see, I'm in one of my, let's say, clan mates. It's part of the cluster that I'm part of, that my clan is part of. And he asked me to take over his account and help him out a little bit with some stuff. Check what he's doing, if he's doing the correct thing, right? His progress and stuff like that. So I decided to take this opportunity to first of all help him and give him some good advices, but also I will take this opportunity to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to improve your account. Now, mostly some of these tips are mostly for new players, but there are like one or two that are good even for the veteran players as well. And I'm gonna start with those actually. So let's start with tip number one, right? And again, this one is for new players mostly, but I think for veteran players as well, it can work. And I would say the first tip is don't turn this game into a job. Okay, I see often this thing in like on social media, on Facebook, Discord, and stuff like that, where a lot of new players and players in general, they tend to turn this game, but any other game. It's not just about Raid Shadow Legends, but any other game. They tend to turn it into a job, right? They always think, oh, I need to log in, I need to do this, I need to do that, because otherwise I'm gonna lose this, I'm gonna lose that. I need to log in for my keys, I need to clan boss keys, and I'm part of that problem as well. I used to do this in the past, where I had alarm clocks for my clan boss keys, so I had to log in when the alarm was ringing, whether I was at work or out with my friends or whatever I was doing. And I realized after like 1 or 2 months doing that, I realized that it's really not the way to play a game, right? Because at the end of the day, this is a game. So the purpose of this game and any other game is to be a safe place for you to go after you're done with your actual job in the real life, right? So turning a game into a job, it's actually not really good for your mental health, for your money, and we're gonna talk about that in a second. So I think unless you want to, I don't know, maybe you want to make money out of the game. So like in my case, for example, I'm making YouTube videos, so hopefully one day I'll start making money out of these videos. I'm not there yet, but hopefully one day. So then yes, or maybe you're doing like competitive games, Fortnite or StarCraft 2 or stuff like that. So then yes, you can focus on the game, play as much as you can, invest your time, your money and everything like that, because you're trying to make money out of it, right? But if you're not making any money out of it, I think turning a game into a job, it's actually not good for you, okay? And talking about money, I would give the second tip. I would say, as a new player, do not invest money in this game. Don't spend like not even 1 cent for the first 6 months, okay? And the reason why I say this, I mean, if you have the money and you want to do it, like do it. Like I can't tell you what to do. But spending money in a game just because you saw some people playing it, because when you're watching YouTube videos and you watch other people playing on other social media, you look at the game and you're like, oh my god, it's so great. They do this, they do that. But you need to understand those people, they have years behind them, playing the game, investing money, of course, and they have all the champions and they have everything they need. So obviously the game seems a little bit more fun. But when you're a new player and you don't know the game, I say first give it at least 6 months of trial, right? See if you like the game, see if you enjoy the game, if it gives you any sort of appreciation. I don't know, like you feel like you want to play the game, right? And then you can decide to spend money if you want to spend money. If you want to be a free to play, it's even better. But if you want to spend money, give it at least 6 months before you spend any sort of money in this game. Not even for a shard or, I don't know, energy or gems, nothing, like zero, okay? So I think this is a tip. And again, this one can be good even for the veteran players out there. If you get to a point in your game where you feel like you're not doing much anymore and you don't enjoy the game as much as you did, stop spending any money, okay? Because what you're doing, you're just, I don't know, you're creating this sort of negativity around you because you're feeling like, oh man, I'm spending money, so I need to get job done because I already spent a lot of money in this game, so I need to keep doing it and I need to keep investing and I need to do, and it's really not great for your pockets, right? And for your money and for yourself, mental health and everything, right? So I'm starting with this too. This is again for pretty much everyone, but now let's focus on new players and what exactly to do in the game in order to become better and do the right thing at the right time, right? So let's first take a look at his account. I haven't checked his account yet. I've been talking about this whole thing. So in terms of champions, what does he has? He has a lot of food, okay, which is great. He has 3 5-star uncommon champions here, which is great. Now, he's got Kale. Let me move my microphone a little bit. Okay, he has Kale in lifesteal set. I'm guessing Kale is, he's using him for clan boss. Sun Wukong. What about Sun Wukong? Okay, Sun Wukong. First of all, absolutely, I already told him this in during some conversations. I told him that he really needs to level up and get to 60, at least Sun Wukong or Ninja. I would say Sun Wukong first, okay? It has a lot more potential than Ninja in many areas in the game. So that should be his focus. So I think he's already working towards that because he has 3 of these. Does he has any chickens? I don't think so, but who knows? No, he doesn't. Okay, that's fine. So now, when it comes to Sun Wukong, let's see what he has in terms of sets. I'm not expecting much, to be honest, because he's a new player, so he started maybe like a month ago. But for Sun Wukong, man, all this stuff needs to be sold, okay? Believe me, as much as you think you're gonna need some of this stuff, the only one that I would say keep it is speed. Even like 3-star or something like that. But for example, all this, if it doesn't have speed here, you should just sell it. You're not gonna use it, believe me. So anything that doesn't have speed should be sold. Like for example, this one, yes. Even if it's a uncommon, a 3-star, it doesn't matter. There's still a little bit of speed and you're gonna need it. I think you're doing the right thing, having the lifesteal. If you're using him in clan boss. But Sun Wukong and Ninja, they're not in the set that they are supposed to be. So let's see, what do you have in terms of sets here? Speed set. Okay, perception. So let's talk about this, guys, which is important. This is for new players, right? When you have nukers, nukers means champions that can do a ton of damage and they rely on other people to keep them alive, right? So nukers can be considered Sun Wukong, Ninja, even Kale, he can be considered a nuker, okay? He's not just for clan boss or for the poison. His A2 here, it's absolutely amazing. It does a ton of damage, okay? So you can build Kale as a nuker if you want. The important thing, the most important thing is crit rate, okay? I would say crit rate over crit damage. Like in this case, crit rate gauntlets, it's absolutely great. So let's see here. Crit rate, okay, that's good. For him, HP. Already you're losing a ton here, okay? So you need to use some crit rate gauntlets. These ones, for example, Cruel. Cruel set is absolutely great. So you can build all your nukers in Cruel set, okay, if you want. Let's see what you have in terms of gauntlets here. Crit rate. So I would start with gauntlets in crit rate and upgrade this one. And then I would go for, you can try to upgrade this chest plate here and see if you can get the crit rate from here and accuracy, okay? So again, let me go back to my initial idea. So when you have nukers, the most important thing is crit rate first, okay? I see some people on Facebook, they put their pictures with their champions, showing them and show us what they're doing. And I kind of see quite a lot this mistake where a lot of people, they go for gauntlets with crit damage, but then they don't have enough crit rate. And in order to do all this damage from the crit damage, you must crit first. And if you don't have 100% crit rate, you're not gonna crit every time. There's like a chance of, let's say you have 90% crit rate, it means there's a chance of 10% where you're not critting, so you're not gonna do all that crit damage, right? So I always say for nukers, go for crit rate 100% and you're good, okay? Even if you don't have that much crit damage, it's better to have the crit rate. So what you're doing here, you're doing good. You have, except for Ninja, actually, you have a crit, he needs crit rate gauntlets for sure. Either this one, I think this one is the only one that you can actually use. Sun Wukong, you can build him either as a nuker, just pure damage. You can build him as a buffer, debuffer, not really buffer, but mostly debuffer, so you can place the block buff, you know, and steal all the buffs from the enemies, and also to place the ship on with his A2. But I say Sun Wukong, he has to be a hybrid, okay? So he must be between a lot of damage, but also a lot of accuracy. Another tip for new players, I think the best way to get your shit together, you know, and especially for your nukers, go farm Fire Knight. So at the moment he's farming stage 8, which is good, it's not bad. It's still too far, but I would say go at least to stage 10. Try to push as much as you can and farm stage 10, okay? Obviously, if you can go even further, that would be great. So stage 20 should be the best one where you should farm. And Fire Knight, it's one of these dungeons where you can get a lot of good stuff, okay, for your champions. First of all, is the Savage set, which is for nukers, okay? You must get Savage set, especially in the beginning. Regeneration, it's absolutely amazing for your support champions, okay? If you have like a... I didn't see actually who else he has in his account. Tagore, okay, or whatever is his name. He's a great one. His resilience, HP, defense, I mean... Tagore, I would actually put him in... if it was for me, I would put him in a relentless set, but you don't have that many, you know, because you want him to go through his skills as quick as possible and make sure you always have this revive ready when you need it, right? Who else? Warcaster. Warcaster, it's a decent one, but a place a block damage, okay, on a 4-turn cooldown is not that great, so I wouldn't really invest a lot of my resources into this guy. He's not gonna help you that much. I know some people, they want to use him in clan boss, but he's good in clan boss only if you have other champions around him. However, I would invest everything in Hai Khatun. Okay, she's an amazing champion as a support for you with the speed, you know, filter meters. So my idea, once you're done with these two, start investing resources into Hai Khatun. I know she's a freebie. A lot of people, they think, oh, she's a freebie, she doesn't mean anything, right? She's absolutely amazing, especially in the beginning when you don't have other good champions around. She's gonna be amazing, especially even for like clan boss and stuff like that. So invest everything in Hai Khatun. So you need, for as a new player, you need someone who can boost your speed and your turn meter, which is why we all get Hai Khatun quite easy in the game after like a month, I think they're giving us. And because she's a good support champion that will speed your team. So that's one of the most important things to have in your team. Someone who can boost your speed and your turn meter. Nukers, reviver, and someone with good buffs or debuffs for the enemies, right? So for example, the way you have it here, I would focus these three here, okay, so which you're doing already, which is great. And then I would invest in Hai Khatun and Tagore, okay? These 5 champions, they should be able to carry you through most of the content, okay, especially in the beginning. Then you will eventually get even more stuff, you know. But again, I would farm Fire Knight Castle for the Savage set, for the Ninja, and actually for Ninja, for Kale, and for Sun Wukong as well. For both, all three of them, okay? And then Regeneration set, Stun set, it's absolutely amazing. Shield set, it's a really good one. The other ones, they're like whatever. So once you're done with him and you got all your gear, then you need to focus on the dragon, mostly for the speed set. Let's say Stalwart, it's good. It's not the best, but it's okay. It'll help you a little bit here and there. And also here in Ice Golem, Ice Golem, he has quite good ones. Retaliation, Reflex, Curse, and Provoke. But these are mostly like these three here. They're really great, but more towards endgame, okay? When you start fighting Hydra, you're gonna need Provoke set, Curse set for champions, you know, so you can place Hexes and Provokes everywhere. But I wouldn't focus on Ice Golem too much. I would focus on these two here, Dragon Slayer and Fire Knight, okay? Forget about Sand Devil, forget about Phantom. Don't worry about this. Don't even think about them, right? A lot of people, even new players, they tend to go and farm these two dungeons here. Don't do it, okay? Spider, of course, you need to focus a little bit, get your accessories. And, of course, you need to get your scrolls, okay? I didn't even check if you have, let me see, any masteries for these guys. Okay, so Kel is fully maxed. Okay, that's not bad, actually. I would have gone here with the Lore of Steel. Get more base stats by 15% from your sets, okay? So like a speed set and life steal, you get a little bit more. So I would go for this one if you want. About here, always go, guys. Whenever in doubt, when it comes to masteries and stuff like that, go on Hell Hades app, you know, the software. You can download it. There's on YouTube, there's a bunch of videos made by Hell Hades where he explains how to download the app and log in and everything. So go there, check all the masteries that they showcase for every champion, you know, and try to get an idea of what you need to do from that one, right? I can't right now in my mind. I think it's okay what you're doing here, but I can't be sure, to be honest. Which is why I'm saying make sure to go and check Hell Hades. For example, here, you shouldn't go for attack percentage. You should go for crit rate. Always for nukers, go for crit rate and crit damage, okay? So, and also, again, here, you should go for accuracy, not for life. You don't need life. You need to do more damage, okay? Because once I think you don't have this skill yet. Actually, yes. So, once Sun Wukong, he can revive himself, okay? So you don't really need him to be alive. You need him to do a ton of damage before he dies, but then he will come back, so he's gonna do more damage. So change these two here for sure. Go for crit rate here. Go for accuracy in these three. So go pinpoint, charge focus, Swarm Master, Lore of Steel, and then here you can go for a sniper or Master Hexer, I don't know. One of these three here, maybe Spirit Haste. But these are the important one, right? The same goes here, right? Again, go for crit rate, crit damage, okay? So this is your nukers. Your nukers, they need to do a ton of damage. Again, don't go into the defense. You don't need him as a defense. You need him with accuracy. So you need to change here. Again, just like Sun Wukong, follow the path here and go get all the accuracy that you can get for him. And let's see what else you have. Tagore, yes, for him it's okay, but yes, he can have life, defense. That's fine. You don't need Tagore to do damage. You need him to stay alive and protect your damage dealers, right? And again, invest your energy and time into High Khotun until you get better champions. So let's see. And so that's some other tips. I mean, I was about to make like a list of tips and tricks, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna talk and give you the advice that you need to hear. Let's see, campaign. Okay, so campaign is actually really important, guys. you need to finish your campaign because you get a lot of good stuff from this one. So I can see you finished hard, normal, and you're almost done with brutal, which is absolutely amazing. That's great. Nightmare is not unlocked yet, so you need to finish with brutal. But you're doing great here. Do your campaign. It's absolutely amazing. And also, a lot of people, they kind of skip on the missions here. You shouldn't. Make sure you do your arbiter missions as much as you can. And most of the times, because this is the best part of what Raid is doing, is that they're combining the arbiter missions with the campaign as well. Again, make sure to do your missions for the arbiter, because once you get the arbiter, she's gonna help you a lot everywhere in the game, especially arena. By the way, let's check arena for a second and see what you're doing in arena. Okay, so you're silver 1 in arena, which is good. Let me see how your team is doing in a battle. I want to see. You see, for example, here, if you had High Khotun, should be a lot better than anyone else here. For example, I know you want the life from Kayle, but you should have Sun Wukong as a leader, okay? Because Sun Wukong, he will give speed, so you can be, because speed is the name of the game, right? The more speed you have, the faster you go before your enemies, and you can kill them before they attack you, right? Let's see. Kayle is doing quite good damage. Sun Wukong is not doing damage because he's not built properly. Fortunately, your enemies, they're not doing much damage as well. So, for example, like I said, make sure you have Sun Wukong. He should be the leader because he has speed in arena battles. So you will always go first and destroy them, right? Let's see another fight here. Boom, boom. Great, okay. And you'll see that if you, with this team like this, you should get to at least gold 1 really soon. Tag Team Arena, I wouldn't recommend anyone to spend any time in this shit. Okay. I mean, it's a great place because in Tag Team Arena, you can get Champions Fragments for Dragster. He's a great champion. He's an amazing champion. If you can get him, you know. But especially in the beginning, when you don't have that many champions, you shouldn't worry about this one too much. Even though, for example, for teams like this, you can actually use, for example, Ninja by himself here, okay? And here with Ninja, you can have a High Khotun, you know, to help you a little bit. And let's see, you could do something like this, okay? Okay. Now, obviously, High Khotun, she's not built. But for example, a team of 2 people like this, they should be fine. You have a damage dealer and some support. A damage dealer, some support, damage dealer, some support, okay? And you can go through some of these teams really easy, really quick, I think. Let's see. Can they? Yeah. I mean, they're level 1, so obviously it doesn't take a lot. But for example, this is a good way to farm some of these gold bars. Let's try this one, actually. Let's see if we can do some damage here. Okay. Here's shipping. Now again, here, for example, Sun Wukong, he should have stunned him, but he doesn't have any accuracy, which is why I'm saying for the mastery, go for accuracy, okay? This one was easy, and this will be easy as well. And you can farm some of these gold bars and try to get the Dragster, right? Okay, so this was Arena Clan Boss. Let's see what you're doing in Clan Boss. I'm not sure which one is you. Or Reason Hots, yeah, is this one. So, a 5 million, you have a key. 5 million, I think, yeah, you're over the warrior chest here. What about normal? You haven't done it on normal yet. I think you did it already because you have quick battles, so you can... I'm not gonna use your key, actually. I don't want you to... Maybe you want to do something else to your team. What about here? You haven't tried... actually, you tried. Yeah, so I would say, for example, focus on clan boss. I will make a video about the clan boss soon, guys, because I think it's time for the clan boss to be reworked a little bit, especially when it comes to the chest here. I don't know. I think I'm gonna talk about him too much because, like I said, I'm gonna make a video separate, and I'm gonna talk about it. But I think they need to rework a little bit the chests here because they're not that great. Anyway, so I think you're doing okay here. Again, here, for example, I would replace Warcaster with High Katun. Okay, so make sure you work on her and try to upgrade her and level her up because she's gonna help you a lot, especially in clan boss as well. Because she's gonna give you speed and turn meter, which will help your damage dealers to do more damage, which is the main part, right? So make sure to invest in her as much as you can. Alright, what's next? So we saw campaign, dungeons, I told you already where you should focus. Again, dragons and fire knight. And this is for everyone again, guys. The tips that I'm giving here is not just for him, for this guy, but it's for you as well. Now, when it comes to faction wars, I wouldn't worry too much, especially in the beginning, because you don't have the champions. You can start working on this one when you start to get at least 3 champions that are strong for each faction, okay? So when I say strong, I'm talking about at least epics from every faction, right? Because otherwise, you're not... I mean, yeah, some rares, they're good in faction wars, but they're not going to help you that much. They might help you to go through stage 1 to 6, maybe, you know, the rares, but they're not going to take you too far. So I wouldn't worry about faction wars too much. Don't invest too much time in this one. Wait until you get more champions, and then you can start working on the faction wars. We saw Arena, we saw Clan Boss, Doom Tower. How is your Doom Tower? Normal. Now, again, here you should start working on your Doom Tower. You need to invest your keys. Even if you think you don't do a lot, I'm pretty sure you can still do a lot, okay? So with this team, again, here you should have High Katun to help you out, but you don't have her. Let's see how can your team deal with this. Can you actually do this? They should go through these stages pretty quick. And the reason why I say do the Doom Tower is because you do get more resources, right? Gems, energy, chickens, you know, stuff like that. So it's good to invest a little bit of time every day into this, into the Doom Tower, right? But again, you really need to invest time and upgrade your champions here and level them up. Tagore, he doesn't have his revive unlocked, I think, right? That's not good. But I think Sun Wukong and Kale, they should do the job here. Maybe. Sun Wukong, he should be able to come back to life. Yeah. So Sun Wukong, this is why I'm saying Sun Wukong, he should be one to focus on leveling him up at 60 straight away, because he's an amazing champion, and if you build him properly, he's gonna carry you through most of this stuff, right? Like him and Kale together, they can do the job easily here in Doom Tower, I think. Let's see. Can they actually do it? He's down, but he's coming back now. He's stunned here, which is great. Okay. I didn't check if you booked him. Okay. Now, again, if you have them in Savage, they should do a ton more damage. Okay, so yeah, they can do it. You see, you got 2 chickens, 3-star. Yes, stop. Which it will help you a lot, you know, when you want to, especially when you try to upgrade them and level your champions. That's why I'm saying it doesn't cost energy, it just costs keys. So it's just time consuming, right? But try to do it, even like in hard. I know it's a little bit harder, it's not going to be that easy, but if you can clear at least a couple of these levels, the first ones, you still get some good stuff, right? So that's, I mean, the game offers you guys a lot of opportunities to get resources, you know. So it's important to take advantage of all of these resources, using your keys in Doom Tower, in Clan Boss, in Arena, dungeons. Of course, it's energy cost, but still, you should use energy in dungeons, farm masteries, farm the correct dungeons, get the correct sets, you know. What else we can check here? Great Hall. You are working now here, for example. The first thing that I would focus on is accuracy. Forget about everything else. Focus on accuracy on all these four. Take all these four to level 10. Okay, don't worry about anything else. They're okay, but they're not gonna help you that much. Accuracy is good for everyone. Okay, any champion needs accuracy for whatever reason. There are some exceptions here and there with champions that they don't do any buffs or debuffs, you know, which means they're not gonna take advantage of the accuracy. But 90% of the champions in this game, they need accuracy. So focus on this one for sure, okay? And then you can focus, for example, on some resistance, some crit damage, or stuff like that. I would go for crit damage actually after accuracy, and then everything else, okay? Area bonuses, you don't have them unlocked because you don't have the live arena opened yet, which is okay. Let's see, Curse It is not unlocked, and Siege is not unlocked as well, and I'm pretty sure Hydra is not unlocked. Yeah. Now I want to check first something else. How is your clan? Let me see. Which clan are you part of? Ah, you're on the Novus. Okay. So this is a clan for like new people, which is great, and I'm pretty sure they're doing quite well in. Why is this guy still here? Why is this guy still here? In my clan, I kick them out straight away. But I mean, this is not my clan, so that's okay. But they would be out unless maybe they notify the clan leader. Who is the clan leader here? Ah, Toxic. Okay, yeah, I know him. Okay, so anything else? I don't think there's much to say. Challenges, guys, for new players out there. I wouldn't really bother with the challenges. They're quite annoying, first of all. And you shouldn't worry too much about it. You should just play the game, and they will come out eventually, and you will get these rewards here. So don't stress too much about this, and get rid of all these dots here. Okay. Now, so let's go back to do like a recap of what we talked about. So when it comes to the nukers, make sure their masteries, okay. You choose the correct masteries. Go for crit rate, crit damage, accuracy, if they need accuracy. When it comes to support champions, you can go for like, which was Tagore. You can go for defense and life and stuff like that. But again, try to take all your nukers. So these three are your nukers. You need to get them to 100% crit rate, as much speed as you can, and accuracy for all three of them. All three of them, they require accuracy, so you need to get as much accuracy as you can. And then focus on High Katun. You need speed. You need speed in your team. Speed is key in this game. Without it, you're dead. Okay? A lot of the content in the game, it's not gonna allow you to go any further if you don't have enough speed to beat the enemies before their turn comes, right? Because once their turn comes, they're gonna destroy you. So you need a lot of speed. Don't worry about Warcaster. Again, he's a good champion, but I wouldn't invest that much time in him. I would focus on these three, High Katun and Tagore. Now, obviously, this is for him, for the guy who has this account. But this can be viable for anyone else out there. Make sure if you have any champion with revives, make sure you invest a little bit of time. Even if it's a rare, try to invest a little bit of resources and have a reviver in your team. It will always be great, you know, because make him with a lot of survivability, of course. Your nukers, make sure they have 100% crit rate, and then some nukers, they have their damage based on attack, some they have their damage based on defense. So make sure you get as much of whatever is that stat that he needs. or even HP. Some nukers they have they're based on HP, and so focus on crit rate first, speed, crit damage, and whatever it is the stat that they need, and accuracy as well. I know it's a lot, and sometimes people look and they're like, how can I get everything for the same person? For example, one thing to do is upgrading your gear. Okay, it's really important to get your gear to level 16. I know it's a lot of silver that requires, but for example, when I look at this thing, a lot of this stuff you will never need destroy. Okay, destroy set is not gonna help you that much, believe me. I don't use it anymore. I think I never used it actually. Defense set, it's okay, but it's not that interesting and important. Offense set, again, it's good in the beginning, but don't waste too much time. Life set, you're not gonna need that much. These sets here, they're only good for the missions. Some of these missions, they will require you to get some of these sets, and have them, but that's it. Okay, so don't waste too much time on saving everything. Sell all the stuff that you don't really need. Speed set, it's a good one. Keep everything you have. Try to find the correct boots with, for example, all these boots with defense and attack. You're not gonna need them. Just sell. If they don't have speed here, sell them. Okay. Crit rate, it's a good one actually. I wouldn't invest too much in it, but I would keep it around because sometimes you're gonna need that 10% extra crit rate on one of your champions. You just put 2 pieces of this one and you're good to go. Crit damage is decent, but it's not that great. Accuracy, it's okay in the beginning, but then you'll get better. For example, actually you do have perception, so I would try to invest more in perception than this set here, the accuracy set, right? So I would even sell everything here. Resistance, you're not gonna need resistance. You will never use it. Fury, you will never use it, believe me. Daze, you will never use it. Sleep in this game, it's basically stupid. It doesn't make any sense as a debuff, maybe for like Sand David, but you're not gonna need. You're not there yet. So I would sell everything from Daze. Curse set, I would keep it around. Okay, don't sell this because they're gonna help you a lot in the future. Frost set, you're not gonna need it. Frenzy, you're not gonna need it. Regeneration, it's absolutely great. Immunity, you're not gonna need it. Okay, this one gives you immunity for 2 turns, but yeah, unless you have your damage dealers who are doing a ton of damage and you can kill the enemies in 2 turns, which is not gonna happen later in the game. Probably in the beginning, yes, but later in the game, towards end game, this set it becomes like useless. Shield set, it's okay, it's decent. You can keep some around. Relentless is absolutely amazing. Savage is amazing. Destroy set, you should sell everything. You're not gonna need it. Stun, Toxic, Provoke, Retaliation. These are all good sets, so try to keep some around because you're gonna need them. Avenging, I don't really use him. I don't know. It's like pretty much useless for me. But maybe for new players, it could be great. Obviously, you need to check what you're selling because you might try to sell something and it might be good, But for example, I'm not sure why you would invest your silver into this weapon. Yeah, it's 70% crit damage, but I would invest the silver in sets that make sense for like a Cruel, Divine Speed. It's a great set. Lifesteal. So these are all better versions of all the sets here, like life and defense and offense, So I would invest my silver into these sets. Cruel, Immortal, Divine Offense, Crit Rate, Life, Speed, Perception. Deflection, it's whatever. Yeah, you can find some use for it, but not that much. Resilience, it's okay in the beginning, but again, I wouldn't invest too much into this one and upgrade them. So yeah, focus on these sets here, guys, okay? Don't spend silver in sets that you don't really need, okay? And sell everything else. You're gonna make a ton of silver and you can actually upgrade your gear because you really need to upgrade. Again, some Wukong, Ninja, Kale, they need to be in Savage set. So go farm Fire Knight, get the Savage set, put them in Savage set with Cruel. 4 pieces of Savage, 2 pieces of Cruel. Make sure you get, or if you don't have Cruel, good sets for Cruel, good pieces, go for the Speed set. It's absolutely good. Then invest in High Khatun Speed set everywhere, either Divine Speed set or the regular one. Speed everywhere. Speed is the game for High Khatun. The faster she is, the faster she will help you to go through the skills, you know, fill the turn meters, increase speed. She's doing some damage as well, so, you know, you can build with some damage on her. And Tagore as your reviver. You have epic books around. I would invest the epic books in High Khatun and then in Tagore. Or the other way. Maybe 3 for him, 3 for her, you know. You have no legendaries, which is okay. Yeah, I didn't check if you... 1, 2... Okay, so you put some books here and there. Some books into him, okay. I don't know, guys. I think I talked about what I wanted to say. Anyway, guys, I think this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.